So we're still factoring by grouping here. We just have two different types of grouping. So if you remember, this is the difference of squares. So it factors into x plus 3 and x minus 3. And we still had it set to 0. You always have to make sure you don't do that if you're solving by factoring. And we get two solutions here, x equals -3 or positive 3. Now we'll see this problem a little later in another video, a similar problem. We'll show you a different technique. Okay, now we have a trinomial, but it does not have a leading coefficient of 1. It is still set to 0, so that's nice. Okay, so 4 times 9 is 36. We need to multiply to be 36 and add to be 15. We'll be using the grouping method of factoring. Okay, so those two numbers happen to be 3 and 12. 3 times 12 is 36. 3 plus 12 is 15. It might take you a while to get those, but you would get them. Okay, so 4x squared plus 3x plus 12x plus 9 equals 0. So this is just giving us another chance to go over the factoring. So that 15x is splitting into 3x and 12x. That's the way we split it up. It's like you're unfoiling. And now we're going to do the grouping. So I draw the dotted line. Look at the first two factors. I'm going to factor out an x. That's their GCF. Look at the back two terms. Factor out that GCF, which is 3. Now the big key is that parenthesis, those parentheses, the same as the others. Yeah, so it worked, our grouping worked, and so our final factoring is going to be x plus 3. Oh, you know what? Let me write it the other way. I always write it the other way, it seems like. 4x plus 3 times x plus 3. It doesn't really matter which way you write it, by the way. Okay, now this is going to be a little bit different than what we had been doing, but we're still going to use the zero product principle, the old ZPP. So we have two factors, either 4x plus 3 equals 0, or x plus 3 equals 0. Now the x plus 3 equals 0, that one's a little bit easier. You get x equals -3. This one, we'll have to solve it. It's a linear equation. We get 4x equals -3, and divide both sides by 4. We get x equals -3/4. So we get two answers, x equals -3/4 and x equals -3. Again, you could check them if you wanted to. Okay, very good.